Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. And of course, you can always find us on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny. And you can get us on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. So what I'm doing today is I wanted to make a birthday card for my daughter. I think you may, or maybe you don't remember, but I did. I've been talking about my daughter's birthday, and so we're having a celebration tomorrow, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and make her a card. So what I did was I just got a piece of cardstock and folded it in half, and I then was able to, this was a blessing, I found one envelope that's that size, so that's awesome. So what I decided to do was just take a thin piece of batting, and I drew, as you can tell, a really crude cake. And I don't care if the cake kind of comes out a little wonky, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew fabric on it and cut out the cake design and put it on to the card. That's the plan. So first one I wanted to do was this one here. I thought might look kind of fun as the candle. So let's see here. What do I need to do? I need to do it this way. So I'm going to just get going. And I thought, well, I'll just turn on the camera since, you know, it's kind of a fun thing to do. And it's with paper and it's with fabric. So I thought, well, I'll just turn on the camera and we'll get going. So I have black thread in here from when I did, the pockets and journal cards with the birds. What's happening? Oops. And so I thought, well, I think the black will be a nice touch if you can see it, and I'll probably outline, throwing it over there in my trash can. Okay, now I've got my little baby iron right here. I'm just going to iron that down. Because I want to make sure that it is, you know, within that where the candle should go. So that's going to be there. And then I have these other little pieces. Probably should cut them down just a little bit. I do want them a little big because I want to wrap them around when I get done. Better iron that one down just a little bit. Anyways, when I'm done, I want to wrap them around to the back. So when I glue it onto the card. Okay, I gotta figure out what we're doing here. Gotta get my Joe here. All right. When I glue it onto the card, I just want to make sure that there's enough to go around the back, kind of to secure off the seam, I guess, kind of. So I hope there's not too much of a glare and that you can see that I'm sewing. Maybe if I can delicately move you a little bit, you can maybe see a little bit better. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, this is, I have a video on making, what did I make doing this? Maybe a journal cover or something, where you sew each one down and then you just flip it like that. So now I'm just going to iron that one. Sorry, I'm kind of zoomed in, so now you can't see really what I'm doing off to the side, but then I iron that one down. And I do believe I'm going to trim it a little bit. I'm going to trim them both a little bit. Trim that right off. And I'm going to trim this down just a smidgy too, because it's going to be quite a thick seam allowance. So this is in my head, and you know what that's like. Sometimes it doesn't translate, but we're going to see. I hope it does. I hope it does. Get another fabric. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to iron it first. These were in my scrap bin. Okay. Come over here. And I'm going to, again, I'm going to put that up where I know that to be. So and I'm just lowering my needle to the side here. And I am back stitching a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm just using scraps. This is a scrap, this what's it called, interface or felt, or what did I call it, batting. You know, it's a scrap. The rest of it's a scrap. And so I'm just trying to use what I have here, but I also want to put a really nice touch to it. One thing that I am doing that I hadn't planned on doing is I'm sewing over the black, which I had intended. You can see, let's put it down here, get myself out of my way. There's a shadow you can see, and I had intended to do that because I didn't want that black to show through like it is there. But I forgot what I was doing. So just cutting this down. I think I might be too close for you to see what I'm doing. So let me just pull back a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's a good medium. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just iron that down. Try to keep everything going nice and flat. Okay. I think I did that part wrong. We'll see if I can. What I should have done is cut that before I stitched. So I may have some cleaning up to do. I'm not sure. Hindsight is what I'm thinking of right now. Is that probably I should have cut that. This is one of my favorite fabrics. I think it's so pretty. So I'm lining it up again here. And I'm going to stitch from here to here. Here to here. I'm just doing these cake layers. And then the thought is then that I will take my markers and I will draw a flame on the candle, and I'll write happy birthday. So that's the plan. I hope it works out. I like giving cards. Sometimes you find the perfect card, and I very often do find a great card for my girls. But sometimes, you know, you just think, oh, I'll just make one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also iron that flat. And cut it off. I'm peeking underneath there to see where to cut it. And then it just has one more layer that would really fit nicely on this cardstock. And this is the same fabric but two different pieces, and I'm trying to decide which I like. Kind of think I like, well, that's a lot of green. Maybe we'll do that. What's this one look like? I think I'm going to do this because it's just unexpected. And you know, I do like the unexpected. This looks like I've used it, and Had to tear out a seam or something. So tomorrow's a busy day here with her party and all. Not here at my house, but in our lives. So I may go ahead and air this tomorrow because I don't think there's any way she's going to see it. And so with that being said, a lot of these fabrics are fabrics I used in a gift for her. I'll post pictures on Facebook and Instagram after I give it to her, which I probably won't give it to her till Sunday, so I may not post until Monday. But you'll be able to get a good glimpse of this anyways, hopefully. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to leave my sewing machine there. I'm going to back up that. Okay. Iron this down. You can see all my mess. Got everything stacked up over there so I can have some space here. Okay. Ah! Don't want that dropping in my lap. Okay. All right. Now, what I am going to do is, see, this is where the tricky part is now, because I was supposed to leave the color, you know, the actual marker on the back side, but I think I can wing it. I think. I don't want to mess it up. Oh, and you know what? I'm doing exactly what I didn't want to do. I wanted to leave a little bit of space to wrap around. So I don't think that's going to be possible now. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I don't know what is going on. This may not be turning out like I planned. Maybe. Probably could use some sharper shears for this. Come on, little corner. There we go. Maybe it can still be saved, because maybe what I'll do is just kind of zigzag around it or something. Okay. All right, now this side. Something didn't look right there. Yeah. Definitely would be a lot easier if the marker were on, you know, the back side, which is what my intention was. But sometimes I just get to talking and don't pay attention. So this is where I'm wondering if I'm going to have a big hiccup, because I sewed all the way across on that. On the candle. But it looks like maybe we can save it. All right, I'm going to push this aside for a second. Take a look. See what I think. Just needs a little bit of cleanup, really, and I think I could save it. I think. All right, and then let's cut this. Let's see what it looks on here. I've got my strings everywhere. Nope, that's not it. I think it's okay. I mean, it's cattywampus. It's a little goofy, but I think it's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try really hard to zigzag around it. My thought is when I get done to glue on some rickrack as the frosting. But I want to glue that on because I don't trust myself with trying to get it on there stitched. And I'm not going to stitch it down on the card because I just don't want that stitching on the back. All right, let's see. I'm going to shorten my length and my width just a little bit. I'm going to turn it to zigzag. And I'm going to start down here. All right, let's see what happens. Just going at the very edge. Feel free to fast forward or mute during this part. I'm gonna go real slow here. I think that's gonna do it. One more maybe. One more. A little bit of manual going on here. My sewing machine's not making very even stitches for some reason. It's weird. I think on this, on the little, on there a little bit. I think on the candle, I think I'm going to straight stitch it. Because I think the zigzag would take away from the candle. Come on. Yikes. Oh, I gotta gotta be careful because I don't think that's in fabric very well. Trying to match where that left off, so is that even in? So that I can just kind of come around this corner again a little bit. Okay, all right, well, let's take a look. And then I'll do that, try to do that candle nicely. Yeah, I don't know why it did that, why it's not the same everywhere, but it is okay for it to be a little cattywampus because you know, it's handmade, and my daughters appreciate things not being perfect. All right, now let's see here. Can I see? I don't get my face right in your way here. Okay, there we go. Nope, I don't want that. Glad it missed altogether. I forgot to change it to straight. Just want to go a couple, and then I want to go back a couple. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Ugh, don't mess up now, sewing machine. For some reason, it's not liking something. Can I get one more stitch? Yeah. Okay. Brother. Okay. Yeah. It's totally cattywampus, that is for sure. I'll fix that in a second. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. Try to get you back to a little bit where you can see. A lot of it, look at this. Disaster. Glad we're gluing it down, huh? Okay. I feel like I'm not cutting well, or something's going on here. Now, what is going on with this? Some shifting of the fabric in the back. All right. Okay. Let's put some frosting on it. Okay. Better get my paper towel ready. This thing will squirt out if I can get it open. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Okay, here we go. Just a little line across. Lid back on. Okay. All right. To me, it works better if you cut in the middle of the zig or the zag. You know what I mean? It's instead of like right along the edge of one. Okay, that's coming out too fast. Okay. Thankfully, it's going to dry clear and hopefully not too googly. Keeping up with that glue has been crazy time, man. That thing is out to get me, I feel like. All right. I'm going to go across here just a little bit because it didn't seem like it got much there. Probably perfect amount. Piece of fuzz. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Oh, I guess I need that to put this on the paper. But I think what I'm going to do first is, let's set this over here. Once that dries, before I glue it down, I'm just going to trim this here, but it's still a little bit wet. Excuse me. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a border on this paper and get my markers ready, you know, to write happy birthday. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that yet, how I'm going to do it, but maybe here. Maybe I'll just put it both right here. Happy birthday. Make it easier. Okay, I'm going to pause for just a second. I forgot to get my markers. I'll be right back.